director with the Friends of the Sangamon Valley. We're a hands-on volunteer group that works on restoring, protecting, and enhancing natural heritage areas or natural areas and open space issues in the lower Sangamon County watershed. We work in the 5-county area, but we have a few new projects that are just right in Springfield. I've handed out our newsletter, our last newsletter, talking about Robinson Woods. I've never knew of this group and I didn't know what to make, but I made a few maps. And this is just showing the relationship of Robinson Woods to some of the Springfield Park District properties. And we're looking at the Jacksonville branch as a wildlife corridor. And we can see through this urban shot of Springfield, Washington Park here. Jacksonville branch is running right through here. Robinson Woods is just north of the Passfield Golf Course by the Waterford Estates development. And then we've got Jefferson Park and Timberland Park. And it's this really urban corridor that we're finding wildlife, game, or small group of deer, small group of turkey right into Springfield. We see them coming out into the golf courses and then back in to some of these urban corridors. We find that open space is important for keeping people in a community, and that's why people want to come to Springfield. And so we think this is important. Our group is totally privately funded. And so we work with the CWLP on some of the properties along Lake Springfield. We work a lot with Springfield Park District at Washington Park, Centennial Park, Carpenter Park. We believe that there needs to be hands-on activities for people to appreciate nature that's around them. I give groups of tours to groups of teachers, and even the teachers seem to be disconnected from wanting to go out into the woods. They tell me they'll get sick, they'll get dirty, or something else. So it's our group. We have lots of tours, lots of hands-on activities because we want people to experience nature again. When I grew up, I had one rule as a child: be home by 5 and don't be late for dinner. I was out running the streams in the woods of Kankakee area. Coming here, I just feel there's so much opportunity, but little opportunity for kids in Springfield to get out and do stuff. So we're working on removing exotic species, and this seems to be a problem in our native systems, that just over the past 25 years, species like bush honeysuckle or garlic mustard, things that were brought here by some of our other agencies for wildlife, but the seeds have gone awry and they're running loose across the woods. Where we're removing this bush honeysuckle forms a bush about 10 feet tall. Nothing else grows underneath it. So we go in the woods, we see this bush honeysuckle. We cut the bush honeysuckle down. We reintroduce some of the natural processes like setting the woods on fire again. The next year we come back to 100 different native species. These are things that bloom from March to October, as opposed to the one honeysuckle that might bloom for 2 weeks. And so it is bringing back the natural system. Educating the children and the people of the community, we think, is a big thing that we're doing. We're also working at Adams Wildlife Sanctuary in town. If you drive by Clear Lake, you'll see the woods is starting to be cleaned up. And as part of the timber restoration we're doing there. We're getting more people coming out to use the trails. They see the effort going on. They say it's a safer place. But we just like to see more people out there. Been working with some of the local schools. I was just last night invited to the science club at Southeast High School, which they're trying to get going again. And so we think this is important. I've also been working with Chatham school districts with some CWLP property behind the Glenwood Intermediate School. In 2005, I did an inventory of Sangamon County to look for what natural areas are still here. This timber above or north of the school we found was one of the highest quality upland forests still left outside of Carpenter Park. It's a remnant of a white oak savanna. Some of the trees are over 300 years old there, with a fairly intact understory. Last year our organization made a small little trail through the woods. We took 900 of the school kids out over a 2-week period, one in the spring, one in the fall. with help with the Lincoln Memorial Gardens, staff from Adams Wildlife Sanctuary, myself and some of the master naturalists from the Extension Service. We gave tours to these kids, brought them back to the woods. We've also started restoration on the woods, and so this class they're trying to start a science club over in Chatham now that will tie in with the restoration efforts we're doing there. But this is just some of the things the Friends are doing. We're also having a fundraiser. I know everyone's been talking about it, but we're having one April 20th at Malner's upstairs. I'm looking for sponsors. I'm looking for anyone to let me put one of these in their window. So if there are any questions, I know you all have jobs to go to.
Thank you, and we can put the information up on our website, so
Okay.
just make sure